My son, I have a son, he's in 3rd grade, or as I like to call it, the last year I'll be able to help with his homework. And he's all about the video games. My son is obsessed. He will not look up from a video game. The only way I can get my son's attention now is I have to make the sounds from Angry Birds. If I want him to do anything, I'll be like, pick up your shoes. Ka-ka-ka-ka! It's time for school. Goo-goo-zing! My son is very sensitive. He asked me the other day, he goes, will everything get better now that Obama is reelected? And I said, well, you know, it all depends on whether the Republicans start working with the Democrats. And so then he said, well, you know, what's a Republican? What's a Democrat? I had to explain to an 8-year-old our two-party system. It's very complicated to explain to an adult. Could you imagine trying to explain it to a child? And it's really funny when I was like, all right, a Democrat is like this really nice aunt who promises to take you to Disney World, but then something always comes up and she never comes through. And a Republican is sort of like this really mean uncle who tells you that he can't afford Disney World, but then you find out that he went without you. You know, my son is the son of a comedian, and you have to always be careful what you say in front of kids because they repeat everything. And when he was in preschool, he was at this very shishi preschool in New York City. I'm sure all of you are familiar. It's Fortune. So I got this phone call the first week my son was at preschool, and the woman goes, "This is Mrs. Schron." And I was like, "Mrs. Schlong?" Well, that's what it sounded like. So we started off on a bad note, and I said, it was my fault. I said, "Can I help you?" She said, "There was an incident with your son today. He said F in front of the whole class." And I said, "Well, that was part of the alphabet when I was in school. I'm pretty sure Sesame Street dedicates an entire day to it." She said, "Well, I see from your application that you're a comedian. And I hope that's not the way that you talk at home." So I snapped a little. I said, "All right, listen, Mrs. Schlong, I hope you don't think I'm an A or a B or, God forbid, a C. But you know what? You need to lighten up some, yeah. Sounds like you could use a good F every once in a while."